friends, welcome back to Whiskey and Wit. I'm Whitney, and in today's video we are doing DIY projects all centered around the same theme, the little red truck for Christmas, so stay tuned. Based on your comments on my videos, I know that most of you guys love the little red truck as much as I do. So I wanted to bring you some practical, affordable, easy to do DIYs where you can incorporate some red truck items into your decor. So let's get into the red truck DIY, starting with this pillow.
So I've been totally obsessed with making pillows for Christmas. For this DIY, you're going to need just 2 placemats from wherever you find them. These 2 came from Big Lots and they were $2.50 each. What you're going to want to do is go around the outside with a glue gun, and I use glue sticks from the Dollar Tree. They work super well. Once you seal around the outside, you're going to want to stuff it. You can use polyfill, you can use stuffing from an old pillow. Also, if you've got a smaller pillow that would fit inside there, you could just glue the placemats around the outside of another pillow. There's a lot of different options. And then I just sealed the end, and literally that is how simple this is. I've made so many pillows for Christmas, and at $5, because I already had the fill, this is an amazing price. Speaking of pillows, I also did a different take of a red truck pillow on these bags that I found at Dollar General. So each of these were $3.50 and they're 29 inches tall, which is huge. I thought about cutting them and making them into pillows, but I just decided to stuff them with polyfill, and look how cute they are next to my tree. This gift sack pillow is one of my favorite things I've made for under $5. Up next are these cute red truck coasters, and these are totally customizable. So if you're not into the red truck as much, you can use pictures for this. You can use a lot of different options. What you're going to want to do is grab some tiles from the Home Depot, just in their tile section. These individual ones were 64 cents. What I did is took some dishwasher safe Mod Podge, but you can use regular Mod Podge. I just thought that would help it from having the water, if you use them with a cold drink, seep through. But you're just going to take a thin coat of the Mod Podge, put on an image. I just printed these off from both Pinterest and Google. You're going to want to resize them. You can use Photoshop, Word, whatever your preference is. And then just use your fingers to smooth out the Mod Podge on top of the image. And I went with a vintage red truck vibe, but you can honestly pick whatever you want. And then I just took some pieces of felt and put them on the corners so they wouldn't scratch each other if I stacked them or scratch my table. This is definitely like a 20-minute project, and they turned out so cute. I am really excited to use these for like hot cocoa, and also these would make a great gift. And now onto this cute red truck felt pillow. I am obsessed with this little guy. So what you're gonna need is red, black, green, taupe, and white felt, along with a glue gun and some stuffing. What I did is I found a red truck similar to the shape that I wanted online, and I printed it out about the size that I wanted, and then I cut it out. I took some painter's tape and stuck it to the felt so I could just cut along the outside. Felt is really hard to trace on, so I just kind of went along and cut with the printout as my guide. And once I cut out the one side, I took the painter's tape, put it on the piece, and stuck it back on to use that as a guide for the other side of the truck. Once I cut them both out, I took some hot glue and started sealing around the edges. You're going to want to leave a little bit of an opening, and I chose to do it at the top of the cab area so you could stuff it with the fluff, so your little felt piece is going to look fluffy. Also, as I was going, some of the seams popped open, but once I sealed them the second time, it worked out perfect. It was hard to try to find a balance between all of the glue squirting out and not having enough to make it stick. So by the end, I found a perfect balance. You want to make sure that you get it in all the nooks and crannies so everything fills out and the truck looks full. And once you have everything stuffed the way you want it, you can seal the top. Then I just went ahead and cut by hand a Christmas tree shape. You could definitely cut out a stencil like you did with the truck, but I just went ahead and wung this. And then you're going to do the same thing, glue the outside, leave a little pocket open, and then I used my Cricut tool to kind of push the stuffing up into the end of the tree, and then I sealed the bottom. Now this next step, I wasn't feeling comfortable totally freehanding, so I cut off the 2 wheel bumpers, the wheels, the window, and the little back slats on the bed, so then that way I could use those in the same way that I cut out the truck, so then I wasn't fully freehand cutting the felt because I was worried that I would make that look terrible. So I just went ahead and glued everything on with hot glue as I was cutting it out. And this one, there was a little bit of winging it to it. I had to figure out about how high I wanted the vertical ones and how long I needed the horizontal ones to be, but I cut them out and just arranged them in what looks like a hashtag or a pound sign. So then that way I could glue it on and have it be part of the bed of the truck. Onto the wheels. So I decided to do a black larger circle as the base of the wheel, a medium-sized white circle, and then another small black circle in the center. So then that way it looked more like a wheel. These, I tried to use the stencil and it was a huge pain, so I felt comfortable cutting a circle on my own. So I attempted it that way. And then I went ahead and glued on all 3 of the layers together first, and then I stuck them right onto the truck. Up next, I did the same thing by cutting out and gluing the different bumpers. I debated on whether I wanted to do this or not, but I really thought that the bumpers added a little bit of texture, and with how small overall this turned out, it really helps the truck pop and so you can know what it is. Then this is totally optional, but I cut a thin strip of black felt, and I also cut out some little light bulb shapes of different color felt scraps that I had. And then I started assembling, so I put that kind of pound sign backing of the truck on either side of the tree to make it look like it was sitting in the bed there. And then I took that black piece, I cut it up, and I kind of used it as the string of the lights kind of draping across the tree. And then I added my different little bulbs to the tree. You could totally leave the tree green just as it is. I thought the vintage lights would be fun in the back. The last thing I did was add a little handle, and the truck was all set. This definitely has a whimsy vibe. Not every cut is perfect, but I love it. This would be really cute for a kid's room. I'm going to use them as part of a pillow cluster in my house.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're inspired by these red truck projects and that you try them for your own home. If you do, be sure to share a picture and tag me in it on Instagram, Whiskey and Whit. Also, if you aren't following me over there, I share a lot of behind the scenes things as I'm creating videos so you can see things there first. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below because you know, there are a ton more DIYs coming your way for Christmas and beyond. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!